things that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought. There's no need.
War is unfair, and the sky is blue. But you're right. There was no need for what I did.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
That's all for now.
Okay, then we go talk to Cullen, and I suppose...
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape.
This is helpful, or at least educational.
Don't blame yourself. We all made this mistake. What do we do now? Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
He wanted to change. To prove that he'd really left his past behind, he had to face up to it.
Saving Mornay the way he did took courage, I'll give him that. But I can't tell you what to do.
Get him out. We'll deal with him.
Have Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
I'd make him take the joining. Be done with it. They can take the joining if he lives, then so be it. Can I talk to him again? I'd release him into our custody and deal with him later.
Yes?
That's all for now.
Likely send him to the Wardens, get him to join them. If he lives, then he can come back. If he dies, then so be it.
By the Maker, it's the Inquisitor himself. Would you care for a bouquet of flowers, your worship? The roses have been exceptional this season.
I was looking for some flowers, in fact.
Indeed. For what occasion, if I may ask?
For a lady friend.
Oh, no simple wildflowers for you then. I have just the thing. I'll send them to Skyhold, in fact. Rare beauties your lady will adore.
Ask too many questions, and I have to crack your skull, elf. Move out my way, bitches, move out my way before I crack your head in.
They'll appoint a new divine soon. One will make you stand up.
Then you've received word.
No mistaking an order from the Empress.
Then we are at your disposal, should it be necessary.
I'll make sure it's known. There are holdouts, but the Inquisition is welcome.
Okay, Josie, what are you up to?
I read Liliana's report. Her people infiltrated the League of Assassins targeting you. The contract on your life has been destroyed. You should be safe now.
And thus we outwit the House of Repose.
Should we have waited for an assassin to sneak through instead?
I've no doubt that the guild was staffed by vicious men and women, Inquisitor. It's simply... Did I ever mention I used to be a bard?
You were a singer?
Bards entertain the Orlesian court. They sing, play music, make charming conversation, and spy. Many young nobles put on a mask and practice playing the game in such a fashion.
I don't imagine many firstborn heirs join those ranks.
No. I was a rather foolish exception. During one particular intrigue, I encountered a bard sent to kill my patron. We fought. Or perhaps scrapped is the better word. Both of us terrified. We were at the top of a steep flight of stairs. The other bard drew a knife, and I pushed him away from me. You can imagine the result.
You were only defending yourself.
But it was such a waste, Inquisitor. When I took off his mask, I knew him. We'd attended parties together. If I'd stopped to reason, if I'd used my voice instead of scuffling like a common thug, I'll always wonder who that young man would have grown into.
He seemed willing enough to murder you for the game.
Perhaps. I feel I'm the last to judge whether or not he would have actually used the blade. In all the commotion... forgive me, I don't believe I ever thanked you for helping me with this.
Hold on to it. Don't lose sight of why you came here.
I will never forget you helped save the House of Montilyet, Inquisitor. And should you ever visit Antiva, stories of the welcome we'll give you will be told for years.
I get the distinct feeling that my Inquisitor doesn't want to be anywhere fucking near his family. And Ativa's awfully fucking close to where my guy's at. So. To Skyhold! Okay then, let's go talk to Dorian about this little quest of his.
Did you know we're actually related, Inquisitor?
Related?
Oh, not first cousins or anything like that. Can you imagine? You're a Trevelyan, however, and somewhere in dank nethers of my family tree, there was also a Trevelyan. Perhaps he was even the one who ventured to Ostwick to establish the branch. We are talking long ago, of course.
You know that off the top of your head.
Not the top. Maybe the lower middle or thereabouts. Bloodlines are serious business in Tevinter. You're taught lessons and tested by strict nannies. I heard your family mentioned, and I had to go through all the old mnemonics, but yes, there it is. I knew there was a reason we looked so much alike.
I learn something new every day.
Nice, isn't it? Like being at a quality library, provided you're not the one stocking the shelves.
Dorian, there's a letter you need to see.
A letter? Is it a naughty letter? A humorous proposal from some Antivan dowager?
Not quite. It's from your father.
From my father. I see. And what does Magister Hallward want, pray tell?
A meeting.
Show me this letter. I know my son? What my father knows of me would barely fill a thimble. This is so typical. I'm willing to bet this retainer is a henchman, hired to knock me on the head and drag me back to Tevinter.
This could be the Venatori. Lure us somewhere remote, then an ambush.
Perhaps, although this does look like my father's penmanship. Or, could he have joined the Venatori? No, that can't. Well, anything is possible. Let's go. Let's meet this so-called family retainer. If it's a trap, we escape and kill everyone. You're good at that. If it's not, I send the man back to my father with a message that he can stick his alarm in his wit's end.
There seems to be bad blood between you and your family.
Interesting turn of phrase. We've never talked about my family before. They're not happy with my choices, you see. Nor I theirs.
What choices? Leaving Tevinter?
That too.
Let's go meet this retainer then.
I wonder how much my father paid this man to wait around just in case I showed. We'll find out soon enough.
Suppose so. Why am I going down the stairs? I can just go map. It's in the fucking hinterlands. It's always in the hinterlands. I fucking hate the Winterlands. It's at Redcliff. Fuck me. That is a whiles off, ladies and gentlemen. We'll travel to our lake camp, up this valley, and then up towards Redcliff, I suppose. Let's do this! Should we probably release Blackwall from prison first, before he gets himself executed? I'm not sure if he actually would get himself executed, but... I feel a lot safer knowing that he's locked in my jails, compared to being locked somewhere else. Where's that mission that's complete? I think it's over for Elden. Yeah, it is.
Our soldiers handled themselves well in Adamant.
We've come a long way since Haven. I fear there's still a ways to go, but we're prepared.
Kirkwall was forced to cede much of the northern territories. A significant victory for Sebastian Vale. However, in proceeding an overwhelming force, we encouraged Guard Captain Eveline to pull the militia back with no casualties. They now fortify behind the walls at full strength. The result is a stalemate that is unlikely to appease the prince's anger. But the tactics at the moment were less obvious to Vale, and he believes himself beholden to us. His gratitude has allowed my agents to get close to him and enter into his confidence, and from now on the prince's plans will be known to the Inquisition. We play in his ass like a bitch. Immediately state the claim to a large section of... Alright, this is that guy that we exiled to the Winter. The big-ass fucking dude that threw goats at mumbles. It is inhospitable and vacant, and they claim that they are not interested in the banditry or actively threatening anyone beyond, of course, suddenly declaring that they now live within Imperial borders. Our Tevinter contacts say the relocation has caused significant concern among the Magisters. If you simply want them to present them present to unnerved Tevinter, it is possible to keep the Morven's clan supplied without explicit ties to us. I won't bother doing that one yet. It's all rather difficult. Perhaps I must discuss it with Josie.
What did the Seeker say? Lady Cassandra feels her connections with the Navarran court wouldn't be of use, my lady. Of course she does.
Josie, how the fuck are you doing that with that pen? It's like floating in midair.
It's good to see you.
What do the people make of us?
We've gathered many favors among the nobility. They will be gently reminded of this.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
Ban Vigard of Ferenden is visiting. An honor, to be sure. Please show no alarm if you hear shouting in his quarters at night.
Shouting?
His lordship spent a half a year with his lands under siege by Darkspawn during the Ferelden Blight. His wife informs me the band still sleeps rather poorly.
Okay, so we don't talk to Josie about this. Order the advisors to find a way to release Retrainer from prison. I suppose we talked to Lyanna about it then.
Where did demons
Another
come
completed
from?
work of
Mages.
whatever they used
the
to call it.
Fade. But where did they come from? The...
Honored Inquisitor. Gotzi Sturhald. Did my part on the walls, and now I'm on this strange collection you've brought us. Don't know its worth to the fight exactly, but it's good workmanship.
My friend. Goodbye. I can't believe my father's gall. Of course, he couldn't come here to Skyhold. No, that would be too much. But contacting some southern cleric on the sly, much wiser. If this is some Venatori connivance, I will be utterly disappointed. You know where I'll be.
Lyanna, where are you? You're standing right fucking there, but you haven't loaded in yet. Nope, wrong button. Ready? Whee! Crack. There you are.
Our agents have encountered more followers of Corypheus, these so-called Venatori. Their leader, Calpurnia, has them searching elven ruins. For what, I do not know. I propose we stop the Venatori before they find what they seek.
I'm pleased to see my spy master is on top of the matter.
I try. These Venatori have been shadowing a merchant called Vicinius on Calpurnia's orders. They've investigated his finances, surveyed his warehouses. I propose that you meet with Vicinius. Flatter him. Find out what he knows of Calpurnia.
We need him to open up about these bloodthirsty cultists. I'll bring wine.
Vicinius could be a useful ally. Merchants travel, and they love gossip as much as coin. I'll make arrangements for you to visit his summer home in Val Royeaux. Hopefully, your attention should be enough to pique his interest. We'll have Calpurnia's secrets yet. Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
Demons tore her from me. I couldn't stop them.
So you had no time to think, only to act. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did she say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
I'm sorry, Liliana. That was it.
There are no answers in the Fate. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
Ah, cheer up, love. And you've disappeared again. Nope, you're over here. Stop teleporting places, love. Seriously.
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril?
I can
A
do
divine
that.
with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Can I talk to you about Blackwall now, Liana? That's why I'm up here, dude. Seriously.
A message from Divine Justinia.
I'm pretty sure she's dead.
That's a shock. Are you all right reading it?
Thank you for the concern, Inquisitor. But I am. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
I happen to have another fucking person, you know, locked up still. So, you know.
I expected the hero Ferelden to be at Adamant, but he was not with the other wardens. He studied the Blight after killing the Archdemon, and may know something that could help us. If you like, I can have agents look for him.
That sounds like a wise choice.
I'll make preparations in the war room. Now,
Haven't we
was
already
there
contacted
anything
him
else?
through Morrigan?
The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling?
Oh, you are referring to my outburst in the Haven.
I think it's a bit of an old conversation.
I am
Liana.
much better. Good day.
Goodbye! The Inquisitor does not care for gravity.